Hello and welcome to Bradley Central High School Focus on Football. I'm here with Riley Harmon, running back with the fabulous Bears. I'm Gwen Shroyer, and we're going to talk a little bit about last week's game against Bearden. Riley, pretty exciting game. You got to come out and fill in a gap role. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I'll be honest with you. You know, I was a little bit nervous of what could happen, but you know what I saw from the first play? It looked just like you had never left the field last year when you were punching it through those holes. It felt really good, and I loved watching it, man. I'm very proud of you.
Yes, sir. You know, playing running back, you can never lose the ball. You're always right there with it.
Yeah, and you have a great clutch. I noticed. I mean, you're really show me how you. Yeah,
always
I mean,
like it right here.
Yeah, that's the way you do it right there. And, you know, that goes back to my young kid days when I was watching Nebraska football, and IM Hip, you know, would come through and he would bounce through players left and right, and he had those shoulders down. And I love to see that kind of bowling ball kind of rushing.
Yes, sir.
North and south, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, you take a few steps when you need to get into the gap, but, man, I mean, I was really impressed. So let's talk a little bit about where you came from, and kind of how you got to where you are right now. So you went to middle school where?
I went to Lake Forest Middle School, LFMS.
And who was your coach there?
Oh, shoot, my Coach Green.
Coach Green. Yeah.
Brings back some memories. Coach Green, Coach Stills. Coach Stills has been with me since day one.
You know, Coach Stills, he's a mighty fine coach. He's
up
and
sir.
coming and doing great things. He was one of my students back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. I think 90% of what I know was given to me by Coach Stills.
Excellent.
He's coached me in
He's an excellent backs coach. I would say more than just running back. He really gets into the pass and, you know, the whole conflict of what does a running back actually do when he doesn't have the ball. I mean, there's different schemes that you're going to play out, kind of like a tight end or a tackle in some, you know, plays, but and I did see you blocking for your quarterback a little bit. That's pretty great, man.
You got to protect the quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback's important.
Now, blindside blocking is huge. If you give up the blind side, you know, that's going to be bad. So tell me about Lake Forest football. What kind of offense did you guys run?
Lake Forest, it's basically what we have now. Always going in spread. We never went any two-back, anything fancy like that. Always. And we were a hard-nosed team. We always were pounding the football up the middle. Every now and then get a maybe 10-yard pass and run from there.
And who was your quarterback back then?
I was Tucker Pope. We had Tucker Pope at Walker Valley now.
That's right. And he's doing pretty good over there.
It's
pretty neat to see him play well. And
he's getting some stars over there. He's making their association big right now.
Well, he's definitely building the confidence around him and what he's able to do. You know, you got to take it lightly, but it's okay to say, maybe he got some of that foundation here at Bradley and obviously at Lake Forest. But it's kind of nice to see him doing well over there. Got nothing but wonderful things to say about him and, you know, his attitude, and he carries himself really well. We hate that he's over there and not with us, but at the same time, I do like to see him, you know, doing well. So you move up to Bradley your freshman year, and tell me a little bit about that.
Now,
freshman experience is totally different from.
I didn't come to Bradley freshman year. Freshman year, I went up to Baylor High School, a private school.
Right.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Education-wise.
Now, was that one of the years that you played Bradley?
No.
Baylor played Bradley. I guess it's been about 6, maybe 7 years ago. I'm trying to relate back, and they had this kicker that was renowned for kicking like 60-yard field goals, and I think he put one on us for almost 50.
Yeah.
Really showed his leg, and they were already winning. He was just showing out, making a highlight reel. Pretty interesting, but yeah, Baylor. So what happened up there?
Basically, at Baylor, I just got thrown into the mix. It was so new to me going up there. I mean, I walked in and I had no clue what was going on. But practices and everything, I was going up against these 6'4", 250-pound guys.
They recruit from all over the world,
yes.
not just the United States. They got players from outside the country.
Yeah, we had one guy who's from Finland, hardest hitting kid I've ever known.
Isn't that amazing? Right here in Chattanooga.
Yes, and
got a football player in high school that wants to play in Chattanooga.
And he was a stout little running back. I don't think I've seen any other running back run as he did. Nice. His name was Santini Valpaz. if that kind of explains what kind of person he was. He was, he was kind of how I am now. That's where I learned everything, what I have. He was always up the middle. He never really liked to bounce. He was, if you're in his way, you were gonna pay.
You're gonna pay.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about that.
Mm-hmm.
And defense will soon soften based on knowing that. If they see that over and over, like, oh man, he's
got to go
coming
hit
my
that
way.
guy.
Yeah, open field tackles are tough when
Mm-hmm.
you're knowing that you're going to get that, low shoulder or even, a forearm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it's your shoulder. I know you really
Yeah.
carry that ball,
Yeah.
hunched over and so dynamic with it. You're so fast through that gap when normally that's not, that's a hard position to hold the ball in and be that low and run fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a little tough. It is, but after so many years of work, you finally start to get it.
and we're so blessed to have you, man. So let's talk about coming to Bradley. What was that about?
That was, it wasn't really working for me up there at the Raiders. So I came down, came to Bradley. It was still a little new for me, but then I kind of fell back with seeing all my old friends, old players, and it took me a little bit to get back in the groove. But I feel like I proved myself back on last Friday.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And time again. Last year, I know you had a couple breakout games, and that's kind of what I was feeling a little bit of this past week. So happy to have you. Senior year, what's the highlight so far? Obviously, last week had to feel great.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure really. I think I'm ready to run the ball some more.
Yeah.
That's really all I can say. I got my shot Friday. I'm ready to prove some more.
So what do you know about Ooltewah's defense?
Ooltewah, so up front, their D-line, I was watching on film, they're not that good, but their backfield in the backs, that'll be something tough to get through. But I feel like we can work and practice some more, and we can pull out another win easily.
Awesome. At home. We want to see another win at home. And I know Ooltewah, kind of like Bradley and kind of like Saudi Daisy and even Cleveland and other teams in the local area, Walker Valley included, there have been some woes over the years.
Mm-hmm.
There were winless years for Ooltewah back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I remember the speculation was we want to, lock in Ooltewah for a homecoming game. It's kind of like what everybody talked about. Well, not so much anymore. Since Benny Monroe went up there, in the past decade, kind of turned things around. They got some money behind the program and doing some things right. So I was looking at the roster. They have a huge roster.
They do.
I mean,
do.
they are deep in every position, very, very deep. I was looking at the defensive line. They're pretty deep. So exercise, free will on what you do, and that knowing that there might be some fresh faces every now and then.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be, especially coming from Ooltewah. Yeah, watching on film, every now and then you just see guys laying down, but then like you said, there's going to be new guys coming in and out, fresh faces, but I still feel like we can pound it down their throats.
Oh, yeah, that's
easily.
what we want. That's what we want. I love a running game. I'm an old back. I played in high school and middle school. We played wishbone, played, a single wing version of a, I formation, and we also played pro set way before the spread. And I played tight end and fullback, had to block for my brother. So I was that blocking back. I rarely got to touch the ball. I did throw a touchdown pass one time. Pretty cool. It was a fluke in a playoff game. We're just trying to, get some points on the board, and we ended up winning that game. But I love to see a pound it in the face, type game. I don't mind a pass every now and then, but I love a good running game. And brother, I'm real proud of you. I love the way you're running, your style. You spark the whole offense, the way you move. Everybody was getting excited. Coach Floyd talked about his running backs previous to this past week as thunder and lightning. And so we kind of had lightning there for a while, and you brought the thunder back.
Yes, sir.
That was
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
That was awesome. Well, today I'm with Riley Harmon, and preceding this game against Ooltewah, and we hope that you will join us down at Bear Stadium. Should be a great night for football. Understand there's a storm front moving through that should draw all the precipitation away after Thursday. and should be a great evening. Maybe a little cool. You might need a jacket.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Good football weather. Well, I'm Gwen Shroyer, along with Riley Harmon, and this has been our Bradley football players interview. God bless and go Bears.
Go Bears.